Mrigaya, of course, it's a film that seems to be more lyrical than many of your other films. And B, you choose to cast somebody like Mithun Chakraborty, who doesn't really, goes against the grain of your normal casting that you've done for your films. What were the reasons?
I'm glad that you found lyricism in it. Perhaps it is in the whole climate where I did the shooting. And maybe lyricism could surface on the faces of the people whom I ran into every time I was shooting. It was in a Santal village, the village of the tribals. And that was it. I didn't make any special effort to inculcate lyricism into it. It was very much there, perhaps so. Perhaps I couldn't escape it. That could be one reason. And it was possibly also there in Bhuvansham, which was made years earlier, a kind of lyricism. The lyricism doesn't belong only to the landscapes alone. It is in the behavior patterns of the people, in the relationship of the people, which I also tried to bring in my later films, where I used human beings, the faces. This is all. But I found a kind of lyrical aspect in the kind of relationship that I tried to build up. About Mithun Chakraborty, well, he was not known at that time. I met him, I wouldn't say I met him, I saw him from a distance in Pune, in one of the, convocation, when he was to get a diploma. So we were all invited, guests there, and we were sitting there. I remember I was sitting between, on one side was Alkazi, on the other side was Rishikesh Mukherjee. I found one young man teasing the girl students. The way he was teasing the girl students, that impressed me very much. The one should have been absolutely shameless to be able to do that in presence of celebrities and quarter celebrities like me. So I asked Alkazi, who is that boy? And he asked me, don't you know him? He's a Bengali. I said, do I have to know all the Bengalis? Oh, no, he's a good actor. He's getting his diploma now. That's all I know about him. And he also told me the name. And then after 2 years, when I decided to make a film, this film, Mrigaya, I was thinking of somebody who could look like a man, because most of the actors on Indian scene, they don't, most of them look like, they're very effeminate in a way. So I was looking for a rugged he-man. So suddenly I remembered the face of this young man. And I was impressed by his shamelessness, because acting, for an actor to be a good actor, it is very important to be shameless. So I thought of him. I sent a long telegram to my cameraman, Mahajan. I said, catch hold of a young man who got his diploma in such a year, and who is perhaps a Bengali, tall, dark, well-built, name starts perhaps with M. Catch hold of him and ask him to send a photograph to me. And in 3 days, I got the photograph, which means Mahajan immediately caught him somewhere in Bombay. And then after 5 days, he came to me. I was very much impressed by him, but I was a little worried about his hairdo. And he was very, very fond of the way he did his hairdo. And when he started talking to me, he tried to impress me by saying that he danced with Helen. And I suffered it for 3 times. But on the 4th time when he said it, I said, next time you say it, I will throw you out. And then the day before we started shooting, I called an Adivashi barber and got his hair cut. And he was completely heartbroken. But that was how we started. So it is no problem for me to have him, because I saw him, I found him to be good enough for me. I didn't care to know how good he is as an actor, but I had a hunch that he would do very well, for the simple reason that he could tease the girls the way he did. That was very